Alright, yeah.
Welcome back to Rainbow Arcade.
Cameron's favorite game of all time.
Super Mario World.
Super Zelda World.
Or that.
Yes.
I am going to beat this game.
In like...
Oh.
Oh shit, we already got files. Just erase C, I guess. I mean, no one fucking plays this anymore.
Well, one of these saves is mine. I already beat this game. Probably
yeah, you
Mario
did. You
A.
did.
I don't know.
Yeah, these are probably all yours. Just delete any one.
I'll delete C.
Cool.
Alright.
So I've witnessed Cameron beat this game twice in a little under 2 hours.
Yeah. No, by no means.
So this will be cool.
By no means do I say I'm a speedrunner. Welcome. This is Dinosaur Land. In this strange land, we find that Princess Toadstool is missing again. Looks like Bowser is at it again.
Oh, that Bowser.
Nards. This is my childhood game. I absolutely love this. I used to have a Super Nintendo when I was a kid. This was my first console I ever remember playing on. I had it in my room. This and Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
I remember that game. Dude, we have a ton of SNES games we can play.
So, yeah. Do you have Zombies Ate My Neighbors?
I don't think so, but that would be awesome. We can go to like Game Changers. I'm sure they have it.
Oh yeah, probably. Let me just get acquainted with the controls here again.
This was so much different than all the other Mario games.
Oh yeah, this was.
You have like the dinosaurs and it's weird, but you know, I don't know. I was never into this. I was more of a Mario 3 kid. I was really into Mario 3 and the original Super Mario.
I can't do that. There we go. But yeah.
But I grew up with like the N64 era, so I was really into like I played Mario Kart a lot for that and Mario 64 and games like that.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't really around for the SNES era.
I always loved playing primarily this game, but I remember I had Ren and Stimpy. I had this game, Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I remember having Batman.
No, it was
Batman.
3D.
I did not have that game, unfortunately.
No, that's a good thing.
But I do remember having Batman Forever. That's
Batman Forever.
That's one game I will never forget. That was.
Was it fun? Like
it was hard, but it was fun. Yeah.
Maybe we'll play it. I mean, I'm sure you still have it on your little Xbox thing.
Probably. But yeah, it was a fun game. Yeah.
Again, yeah, I wasn't really part of the SNES era.
16, nice.
I mean, like growing up, my stepdad's always been like super into video games, so he went out and as soon as the N64 came out, he got that. So that was always my childhood, the N64, and then the GameCube.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So, but mostly the N64. I was really into the N64. We have a lot of games for that.
Yeah, I remember we had a Super Nintendo, but we also had a PlayStation 1. I remember both of those very.
See, I never had a PS1.
Yeah, I remember both of them very, very distinctly from my childhood. But I never really got to play on the PlayStation 1 because I was too young at the time, and so my parents were all like, "Oh no, we don't want you scratching the discs," which I did actually wind up doing to my dad's. He had a huge collection of CDs, and he just came home one day and saw me with all of the CDs all over the floor. Just all over the place. I was like 3. They were just all over the place, so... I mean, it's not like he didn't have good reason. He really did.
I remember, it was nuts. I remember when I first remember games being on discs, and my mind was like blown, because I never had a PS1. So, we went right from N64 to GameCube, and I remember we got the GameCube, and we got a few GameCube games. I remember opening the case, expecting to see like a disc like the size of a PS1 disc, or a cartridge.
Sure.
And there's those teeny GameCube discs, and I remember just being like, what the fuck?
This is the future, man.
The future? No, the future is no discs at all, just fucking buying your games off the marketplace.
Pretty much how Xbox One and PlayStation 4 have gone,
yeah.
Which I'm not completely against.
I'm not complaining. But yeah. I was really into N64 and GameCube and all that. Never really had a chance to play the SNES a lot. We didn't really have one.
Yeah, like I already said, I got super into this game especially. Zombies Ate My Neighbors was always too hard for me because there was always this one huge guy that I could never beat. That
We'll have to buy that. And
he
we'll play it.
he had a chainsaw, and the thing is the one thing that would protect me from the rest of the zombies would be the maze. There would be a field maze that would be going on, and I just go to the other side of the wall, and the zombies couldn't get me. But this one guy with a chainsaw would just cut right through the wall, and so I'm just like running around in this maze. He's just. It was not fun, and so I didn't play it. Ren and Stimpy was too hard for me as well, and so I didn't ever really get into that. Batman Forever immediately started you off with a riddle from the Riddler, and so that I could never figure that one out. And then on top of that, the monsters were way too hard for me, or the bad guys rather, and so it was just too much for me to handle.
Right. I would have to say my biggest childhood games would be Spider-Man 64 for the N64 was a big one for me. I mean, I can't tell you how many hours I put in that game when I was little. And then games from the GameCube era were big too, like Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Oh yeah.
And Super Mario Sunshine. Those were pretty big for me too. And then by the time the Wii came out, I really wasn't interested in playing any Nintendo games. I had an Xbox then, and I was like, yeah. But,
damn it. Oh, I thought there was going to be a platform down there. Oh well. But, yep, yeah.
But it's cool. I love the SNES. And we got Mario 3, which I would love to play.
Oh yeah, that would be fun.
Mario 3 is that's my favorite Mario 3 and Link to the Past have got to be my favorite SNES games.
Yeah, those are both really fun. I remember, one other game I forgot that we had was Spider-Man Revenge of Carnage, which was really fun because you played as both Spider-Man and Venom,
That's
and
sweet.
they were working together to beat Carnage. And so I just remember like switching between Spider-Man and Venom and like having them work together, and it was a platform game like this, just like
super cool.
But yeah.
I was also into the Game Boy too. I played a lot of Game Boy games. Like I had a Bionicle Game Boy game. I had a Spider-Man Game Boy game.
Bionicle. I never got into Bionicle.
I wasn't like into the TV show or the movies and shit like that at all. I was into the games, and I was really into building the figures. Because every Christmas my grandma would buy me Bionicle figurines, and I would go home and I would build them, and I had like all of them. And I mean, like, I didn't like know their names or what they did or anything because I didn't watch the show.
Yeah.
But I built that, and I played the Game Boy game. And yeah.
I remember having the Spider-Man game for my Game Boy, and then a Superman game for my Game Boy. And Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker.
Yeah. I remember freaking going to like video stores like Best Buy and places where you can rent games, and I remember being just a big aisle of N64 games. Which like I would love to go back and see something like that. I mean, just a big aisle of N64 games.
Or just retro games in general.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
I rented all of them. I even played Superman 64, which was god awful. And I remember being so little, I couldn't, like, when you're so little, you think every video game has to be good because it's like out there. Like, you never play a bad video game and say, "Oh, this is really bad." You just say, "Well, this is good," but like I just don't see the good in it. And I remember playing Superman 64 and just not understanding. Like, it's funny though because that game's so bad. And I remember I wanted to rent Bad Fur Day.
Bad Fur Day? I don't think I know what that game is.
It's an N64 game, and it's like really violent. You play you know Conker?
Yeah.
You play as Conker, and it's really like inappropriate and violent and shit. And my mom would never let me get it, but I remember I'd go to my friend's house, Killian, you know Killian.
Okay. Yep.
Back when we lived in the same neighborhood and we were really little, and I used to play it at his house, and I wasn't supposed to be. And I remember just having like so much fun playing that game.
Requires a little bit of focus here.
Yeah. Don't blame me. I'll do the talking. What are you doing?
Trying to stay away from those things.
screwed. Oh, wow. Oh yeah, was this the first Mario game to have these bosses? They're.
That was easy.
But you know like the Lenny and the what are their names?
Well, yeah, actually, trying to think. Because I know Super Mario 3.
Super Mario. I think it was Super Mario 3. Actually.
Super Mario 3 had.
I'm not sure.
Like this.
Did Super Mario 3 come out before this? I honestly don't know.
No clue. That's before my time. I mean, even this game is before my time. We were just a poor family when I was a kid.
Yeah, it was before my time. I definitely grew up in the N64 era and GameCube. But like, we never really had a SNES. I would just play it at like friends' houses and stuff. So I never got super into it.
Mario has defeated the demented Iggy Koopa in Castle Number 1 and rescued Yoshi's friend, who is still trapped in the egg. Together, they now travel to Donut Island next time.
Donut Land.
Donut Land, yes.
It's not
next time.